Hi, we're underneath the hood of our 1968 Chevy Camaro. It's a small block, has chrome valve pan covers on it, has a tarantula style intake manifold on it, a Hawley double pump carburetor, dual feed, nice set of, appear to be about 1 5/8 headers on it, long tube headers. The heater for the passenger compartment is still hooked up, and new hoses on them, new battery in it, correct shrouding for the vehicle, clutch fan. Does have power steering, it does have power brakes, it does have a proportioning valve also in it, and it does have discs in the front. Whenever we went over this vehicle, it does have a 12-bolt rear end in it, has a sway bar in the front, has discs, has a proportioning valve. We have no way of authenticating it as a real SS, but certainly it has all the credentials of a real SS Camaro. It is a small block. I don't know what the displacement of it is. We're going to call it, it could be a 350, it could be a 327. I really don't know. The car runs out really, really strong though. Nice running car. Never been bumped in the front. It's just a nice, clean engine compartment. No leaks whatsoever from the valve pan covers on it. High silicone wires that are absolutely brand new on it. Really a great looking car. I don't see anything at all in this car that's out of place. Nice chrome air cleaner with it. Water pump also is new. Timing chain cover is chrome and also new, and no leaks evident around it. So this motor's been completely refreshed from what I can see. Everything's fresh paint on it. I'm going to say it's a complete rebuild. Again, I don't know what the internals are of this particular engine. I do know that it runs real well. Car presents itself as an SS car, and the engine compartment is absolutely gorgeous on the car. Nice looking compartment. And today our guest on the floor is a 1968 Camaro. Really a nice car. Mechanically it's sound. Body condition is absolutely as nice as you'd ever want to find. It has a totally straight, all steel body. There's no Bondo in this thing. There's no repairs on it. The floor pans are original and nice with no rust whatsoever. There's no deterioration on the car at all. But what there are is a lot of cosmetic defects in this vehicle. So what we're going to do, and this is a little different for us here at Hangsters, we're going to offer it as a special where you can buy this vehicle at a price that you won't believe. It is what I believe to be a real SS Camaro. It does have a 12-bolt rear end in it. It has power steering, it has power disc brakes. The car is really straight, really nice. It's indicative of a SS Camaro in every way. It does have the leaf spring rear also. So we're going to go over this car, and I'm going to show you a bunch of things that are not really up to par for Hangsters, but you can make them up to par and save yourself about $10,000. So let's get started. It's nice. Hood needs adjusted. A little high on this end, a little low on this end, but again, just an adjustment on the hood, you can see. The chrome on the egg trays, or whatever you want to call them, ice cube trays, the chrome is starting to show its age. It's starting to show its wear. It is the original chrome that came with the car, and it's indicative of it. The fitment of the hood itself is really nice. I mean, the body fits on this car are really great. About 1/8 inch the whole way around this guy. There's absolutely nothing not up to par fitment wise. Mark in the paint here. I don't know what it's from, but there's a mark in the paint. Chrome on the front bumper is just as nice as you'd ever want to find. The grille itself, SS designation, but the plastic is not broken anywhere. It's not chipped up. Nice clear parking light lenses. The anodized aluminum trim around this thing is just as nice and bright as could possibly be. The bumper fitment is as nice as you're ever going to hope to find one on a Camaro. The spoiler in the front is not broken. It's not chipped up or cracked in any way. The valance is really nice on the car. The paint is nice. It's just not... It's less than driver quality. It's something that if you wet sand it and you buff it, at some point of its life it's going to require a repaint. But the car itself now is presentable, just not up to our standards. Now, we can make it our standards, but it's going to be another $10,000, which is what we're offering it to you for 10 grand less. We have a lot of cars here. We need to make some room, and this is a car that we're just presenting a little differently. So let's get started on the side, and I'll show you what we got there. Okay, going down the side of our 68 Camaro, side marker light, really nice condition. The body itself is very nice. Whenever you start, you don't see it in this presentation, but I'm telling you it's there. This is an older restoration repaint, and there are some like spider cracks in the paint, in the clear or in the lacquer itself. They're not evident on the video, but I'm telling you that they are there, and that's why we're offering this car at a lesser number. It does have the original wiper arms and blades. Nice clear tinted windshield, no marks on it. The dashboard where it transitions to the base of the windshield, nice and clear and just as nice as you'd ever want to find. Trim around the windows, little dingy right here. Other than that, spot on. Correct mirror. Bowling along the bottom, a little tiny bit of a kink there. I don't know why, but there is. The wipers, whiskers, nice and fresh and clean. Definitely do not need replaced. Nice soft rubbers on your seal from the front window to the back. Door chrome handles are very nice. Again, in the door, you don't see it, but there's these little tiny cracks in the paint. You can't feel them. You have to really look to see them, but they are there. Door to the quarter panel, nice fitment again. Can use a little tiny bit of adjustment in. Not much, just a tweak. Sail panel, really nice on the car. The roof, the sail panel, and probably half of this car doesn't really need to be addressed. If you can paint the other half to match and blend it, you'll be okay. Hat rack is just as clean and nice as can be. All the trim around the base of it is nice. Trim around the windshield, or the rear light, the rear window. Again, like the front, just really nice. The key to this whole operation, all tin. There's no Bondo in this car anywhere. You can go around this with as many magnets as you want, and you'll not find any Bondo in the car. 15-inch rally wheels with the correct high-top hi-hat centers. Trim rings are nice. The tires are all new. Great look for the car. Really great look for the car. Again, on the quarter panels, you can see a little bit of checking. You have to see it in person. You're not going to see it in a video, even close-ups. It's there. A lot of it may sand out. It's just a car that we're doing as a special and presenting it to you at such a decreased number that you have to buy it. Let's see what's out back. Okay, the back end of our SS style 68 Camaro. Again, look at the deck fitment, just as sweet as could possibly be. Rear spoiler to match the front one. Just as nice a car as you'd ever want to find. Trim around your tail lights and backup lights, which the lenses are as clear as you'll ever hope to find. SS designation. Same thing on this side, just nice chrome. Spoiler's nice. Deck lid doesn't need painted from what I can see. Neither does the hood, except for that one little tiny mark. The spoiler's good. You got a little bit on that door, this quarter panel here, this across the top here. And again, you can't see it. I can see it in the correct light looking at it, but it may wet sand out, I don't know. Rear bumper. Again, it matches the front one. The chrome is absolutely flawless. Bumper fitment is just exemplary. It's just as nice as you'll ever find. Rear valance isn't pulled or marked or in any way. Just a really nice straight car. We got one more side to show you. Okay, up the passenger side, the same as the other side. All tin. No Bondo, no fixes. Again, you can see, this you may be able to see, that Devin may be able to get you a close-up where you can see these cracks in the paint. Again, on the top of the quarter the same way, a couple here. You can't feel them, but you can see them. Again, the roof, sail panel, just spot on. Trim around the back window. Tinted glass in it also, how about that? Tinted glass all around from what I can see. Okay, again, all tin. Door fitment on this side, whiskers, as nice as you'd ever want to find. Chrome on the door handles, absolutely new. I'll tell you, this car is really, and the more I look at this thing, I think we should fix it. Again, this is the worst part of the paint, I think, is on this door right here. And you can definitely see some checking in the paint. Just in the paint, not in the tin. It's all tin. There's nothing been ever repaired on this car. Trim around the window on this side and the front is perfect. The only thing we found so far, other than the checks in the paint, is that one little tiny minuscule ding. Fitment again on the front is just as nice as could be, all tin. This is a really, really nice car. Got a Mickey Mouse antenna. It's really a great car. The car is as straight and nice as can possibly be. You got a 12-bolt Chevy rear end. You got multi-leaf rear springs. You have a car that has no rust issues whatsoever, either on the exterior portions of the car or the undercarriage. There's nothing on the floorboards. There's nothing on the rocker panels. The drop downs and the quarters. It's all just as nice as you could possibly find. The downfalls of this car are that it has the checks in the paint. It has a red rag interior instead of a black vinyl, which could easily be changed or changed to red vinyl as opposed to the rag. But that's it. This car runs exemplary. It shifts, it drives, it handles, it does everything it should. It's got tons of power. It's got 15-inch rally wheels. It has a nice bumper fitment. The chrome on the car is absolutely stunning. Got to buy an antenna there. That doesn't make it at all. It's just a nice car all around, and we're offering it here at Hanksters just because we have an influx of some vehicles coming in that we got to make room for. This is one of the cars that we just don't have time to go ahead and finish it to the point where we're going to sell the car for $40,000. So you have to take a look, because you're going to buy this car for less than $30,000, and that's a steal. Because you got an SS Camaro that's in absolute fantastic condition that you can drive just the way it is without touching anything. You can drive this car and have a lot of fun with it, and then fix it proportionally as you want. Take a look at it. It's on your Hanksters website. Down the road straight as an arrow. Look, no hands on the steering wheel. Goes down the road straight as can be. Let's see how it stops with no hands and no brakes, no hands. The handle a little longer. Let's try it again. A little tiny bit of a pull to the right. Not real bad, but a little bit of a pull. Nice running car, though. Drives straight and true and runs nice. Okay. Windshield wipers. Where the heck are they? There they are. Windshield wipers functioning. Tachometer working, just as it should. Speedometer, you can see, functions, works, doesn't jump around or anything. Horn works. Right turn signal, working. Left turn signal, working. Oil pressure gauge, functioning as it should. Temperature gauge, reading just as it should. Nice straight running car. And I think it is a real SS Camaro. 12-bolt, disc in the front, SS steering wheel, grab rail. Gives every indication to be an SS Camaro. And the hood. It has the SS hood from 1968 also. Nice little car here. Headliner's real nice in it. Door panels are nice. Okay, we're underneath our 1968 red with a red interior Camaro. This car we've had for a while, and I don't understand why it's still here. It's all tin. There is no Bondo, no panels replaced. This car is absolutely as solid a vehicle as you could possibly find. It had a total garbage exhaust system on it, which now is in a dumpster. Complete pipes from the headers entirely, the entire vehicle, and dump out the back, out of the bottoms of the quarters like they should in 1968. New shocks in the front, disc brakes in the front, calipers look fairly fresh, sway bar bushings are good, new pitman arm, new idler arm, absolutely no leaks whatsoever on the engine. It's a small block Chevy. I don't know the displacement. It could be a 327, could be a 350. I really don't know. About 1 5/8" long tube headers. No leaks whatsoever. None on the rear main. None on the transmission whatsoever. New modulator on the transmission. Absolutely brand new pipes, like I said, the whole way back. Subframes on this car are absolutely gorgeous. No jack marks on either side. The fender lips where they come down, no one's made any attempt to jack it up or put a jack stand on them. The floorboards are the original floorboards, and there are no dents or deviations whatsoever on them. Where the floorboards go onto the rocker panels, they still have their pinch welds intact. No leaks on the back of the transmission shaft. Parking brake still functional and intact, the original parking brake. Original brake line still going toward the rear, fuel line on the passenger side. Halfway through the car, and honestly, there's no dents or dings or anything in the floor pans. The subframes are absolutely gorgeous. You can see there's absolutely no leaks whatsoever in the engine, none whatsoever. New speedometer cable, we just added that to it. Speedometer functions as it should at this point. The torque box is in the front. The spring hangers, just as nice and fresh as could possibly be. No jack marks on them. I can't get over the floor pans on this car, how nice they are. Absolutely rust-free everywhere. Let's see what's on the second half, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with the front part of this vehicle. Really a nice vehicle. Okay, our new exhaust system, apparently 2 1/4 pipes going in, 2 turbo-style mufflers, 2 1/8 pipes out. Multi-leaf rear suspension, staggered shocks, nice arch to the rear springs in this, disc in the front, drums in the rear, drop downs in the quarter panels are beautiful. No rust whatsoever, no deterioration. Original gas tank, a couple little marks in it from being backed into a couple things through the years. Nothing that certainly hurts the functionality of the gas tank. 12-bolt Chevy rear end. So you got, wait a minute, it has discs in the front, multi-leaf rear springs, staggered shocks, 12-bolt Chevy rear. The good possibility this thing is a SS car to begin with. It wouldn't surprise me if it is, because it has all the indications that it is. Never really thought about that, but it's a really straight car underneath. 4 new tires on it. Paint has a little distress that you can notice in our video presentation as we walked around the vehicle. The interior is red cloth and vinyl. Really great car underneath. There's absolutely no issues whatsoever under the Camaro. And now looking at this thing, we have no documentation for it, but it gives you every indication that it did start life as an SS Camaro. So you got the best of everything in this vehicle, and really, really nominally priced. Take a look at it on your Hangster's website. It's a gift.